what's actually happening is that everything in life is an experience. And I'm just going to repeat what I said earlier now about the experience. If we can connect our awareness to the fact that life is the experience is a thing. Mm-hmm. It's not something floating out there that we can't tangibly connect to it. The experience is a thing. So you've had a number of very, strong things happen to you in the past, and they're all showing you something, right? They're presenting another thing in front of you to show you something. So let's look at this thing as imagine a glass of water.
Yeah.
Right? And in the glass of water, at the bottom of the glass of water, there is some mud.
Mm.
And when you stir the glass of water, the water is no longer clear.
Yeah.
So these particles of earth or mud that's causing the obscurity in the glass is part of the thing in the life experience.
Okay.
And we've had experiences in our life where the mud settles and you go, oh, life is wonderful. But no,
yes.
Something comes along again, that other thing, that other life experience, and it's stirred up again. And it's cleared and stirred up. And for many people, it seems to be muddy and obscure for most of the time.
Mm.
Now, for those of us who are seeking this extra thing out of life, we know there can be constant clarity in the glass of water. I call us the seekers.
Yeah.
And we have a sense of knowing that it is just not okay for the glass of water to be muddy all of the time. Mm. It's not okay for this thing to be obscure. It's not clear. It doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Feels unwell. These particles of mud in the glass is part of your life experience. It's the dark side of life. So we are dark and light, okay? The process of life, all the experiences, is to show us, to help us to grow out of darkness, to settle the mud, to get more clarity all the time. But the thing is to be aware of what's going on. There are many, many people, they're completely unaware. That's okay. There's an expression, ignorance is bliss. They don't know. And now we must always, always be completely respectful and compassionate towards everybody's life experience, because we're all growing at a different pace. Yeah. So that has got to be respected. But you and I are here talking about this now because I have done a lot of seeking and I have grown in consciousness. I would have to say that my glass is clear most of the time. It's not always. I get my muddy moments, but I know exactly how to go in there, into that thing, and settle that mud. Sometimes within seconds, sometimes within hours. But now I don't let that glass remain muddy for more than a day. So what is it that I'm doing that I know how to get the thing to settle? Do you understand?
I understand, but I'd love to know. I don't have a clue.
Right. Well, yeah. You do actually know because you're a seeker. But what I'm going to do is facilitate you to remember it. Okay. Everybody does know it, but depending on their level or their destiny in life, where they're at, they are where they are, and that's got to be deeply respected. Mm-hmm. So what we're doing here is going on a journey. Now, everyone's life experience is their own unique, personal, necessary journey to understand what are those particles, the dark particles that are creating the muddiness in the glass, and why you have them. But the only thing that can clear that is the clarity, right?
Yeah.
We can't keep using the mud to fix the mud. It's not possible. We have to go and find the clarity, the light. There is another force. There's another force of consciousness, energy, that actually teaches us how to settle the mud. That's the only way it can be done. So this is what this teaching is about. So that meditation that you were doing, and the whole process, and many meditations, not just this. I share the tools that helped me gain my sense of clarity. And I find it very successful. I'm helping a lot of people with it. And so that those are the tools that I will use. And the people who come to me like the way that I do it.
Yeah.
Other people go to other people. There's no golden rule. There's no set forms of tools to go out. Different people will be attracted to different forms. But the end product, the end result is the journey for the same. We're looking for clarity of that thing. This is why when you experience your meditations and afterwards, actually I would recommend you keep a diary.
Right.
And note afterwards, make a note of how you feel before you went into meditation. Take a note of where I feel tension on my head or in my head here, my right temple or left temple, or maybe you feel a bit of back pain or some aches in your body. Take note, become aware of what's going on with the thing, the experience. Go through the meditation and then take note again. So you're becoming aware of the changes of this thing in your life. That is, you're just not allowing it to happen without consciousness, not going around blind. So then you're growing to know who you are, physically, emotionally. Of course, the thing that I'm teaching you through the light energy is very much a strong spiritual force. I'm calling a thing because I want you to know that it's not just something out there in space. Okay, you can't touch it physically, like I'm picking up my glasses here in this moment. It has a different frequency, but it's still a thing.
Right.
Does that all make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. I've heard in the past people saying, I understand that, even though experience, you say you're in love and you kind of treat it as a thing, I'm in love, but it's actually an experience. But an experience also, because it is energy and everything's energy, can be treated as a thing. And
yes, everything is a thing. It doesn't matter whether you can feel, it doesn't matter if you can't touch it, but the fact that you have a sensation, an experience, it is a thing. So in this process, if you teach yourself to be aware of the thing as much as possible.
Nice.
And the contrast between, like before and after the meditations, will help you become more aware faster and with more impact, because you're going into the meditation with awareness beforehand and afterwards. How do you feel beforehand? Do a little, I will teach you how to do this, do a body scan, okay? And go through the meditation. Now, what is the meditation doing? I'll tell you that in a moment. And afterwards, do another body scan. So become aware of the thing that's going on in your life. Let's not be robots going around, not aware of what's going on. If I feel anything, any discomfort in my body, I go into that thing and I go in on an investigation to find out what that thing is and what, if it's causing me discomfort, I know I need to change that thing. I may need to change certain thought patterns, certain habits, etc., etc., etc. Now, what's happening when you go into meditation? First of all, you're in the now. You are totally in the now. In the now, that is the only place we can know and experience peace. It's the only place that we can accept the highest frequency of the universe. I call it universal love force. And it is a real force. It's the force of source. It's the force and information and wisdom, and it's the thing coming from source. Now you can call source, divine energy, God. I love to use an abbreviation of God as glorified order of divinity. And that is what you are calling in, because that's the parts that's missing to keep us maintained in peace and tranquility and harmony with the universe. So you're in the meditation And you feel so peaceful, so beautiful.
Yeah.
And then you come out of it. And when you come out of it, do a body scan again. So you're becoming really aware of what's going on in your body. And with that, you're aware of what's going on around you. You become more alert. Mm-hmm. And you certainly understand the knowing of living in the now more and more and more through the experience of this thing. And it's a great responsibility to take on board to go on this. It's such an amazing adventure to go into yourself. You are everything. Mm-hmm. You may feel you're nothing, but you're everything. In every cell of your body, you have the memory of everything. You have the memory of all the generations of your family, the light and the dark, the mud and the clarity, and it's all you. Mm-hmm. And millions are going around, and they don't know. They think they know who they are. I am Alan Moore. I am Bernie Dorn. But until you know what you are, what's your function, why are you here, you never really know who you are. But it's an amazing adventure, and I cannot even begin to tell you the enormity of the wisdom that is given to us, that is waiting there for us to tap into when you go on this journey. But you can only connect to it through this journey of going into the investigation of the self. And there's a process to actually do it. We need to learn how to do it.
I think it's absolutely so important. Like just what you were saying about knowing why you're here, or knowing, what you're supposed to be doing. Because I feel like for the last 5 years, I was going through the motions. I was doing everything right in a way, but it meant nothing. And I couldn't get anywhere because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. I was carrying out a script that I had from what I was doing in the past, but I needed to understand what I'm actually supposed to be doing, and maybe what I'm supposed to be doing is partially what I have been doing, but I need to be moving into the other areas that I've been called towards in order to make everything feel okay, or make everything make sense, or just be moving in the direction that I'm supposed to be going.
Yeah, can I hold you there, because you've made a point there that's really important. All the things that you have been doing have been correct in most part in relation to your work. But it's not that you haven't been doing anything wrong. It's just that there's more. And that's what life experience is. That's the thing. As you keep growing, you're here. You've grown physically to the height and dimensions that you're meant to be. Or if you're eating correctly, yes. Let's hope you're not, we know that. But that's the physical growth. The emotional and in particular the spiritual growth must continue.